¿Es un pene volador? No, si el penetrado ya la habla, chavales. ¿Cómo estamos? Aquí en una nueva serie, The Council. Un juego muy parecido al estilo de The Walking Dead. Pero bueno, no tiene nada que ver. Vamos a ir viendo a ver qué tal.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the
Esta
same
me recuerda
feeling,
a la de
my
Harry
dear
Potter.
Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen
La
something
droga.
from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here.
Seguro que no se entera.
Von Borchert!
Tiene la piel
Von
un
Borchert!
poco rara, ¿no?
Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
A saco. Hay que tener miedo, chavales.
For God's sake, Louis, I told you to let me do it. Let me see.
You know, I was in control of the situation, Mother.
Oh, tell that to your nose. It's because of this kind of reaction that I prefer to work alone.
You ought to learn to trust me, Mother. Can't you be happy for once? We finally cracked the Von Borchert case?
He was just a middleman. He would have been more useful alive. How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Vaya cara tiene la madre,
You're
tío.
much more important than you can ever imagine. Right, let's go now.
Chupito de la droga, ¿no? Que nos había preparado. tenía ni idea.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Von Berchardt's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
The Council.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common
Tío, y esta
interests or
Hermione
enemies.
en
Is this your first
más
time
grande
at
y
one
más
of Lord
fea, pero
Mortimer's legendary parties?
no será esto
Oh no,
un
we
juego
have
de
been
Harry
friends
Potter.
since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Your Eminence, with all due respect, I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here to myself. I promise, it has nothing to do with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the
Que
legendary
tiene un
parties
tatuaje en la
organized
palma
by
de la
our
mano.
host.
Segura, tío.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
¿Quién es la duquesa esta, tío? Bueno, vamos a dejar
That's
pasar.
right. Until now, I've never been invited by Lord Mortimer.
You won't soon forget it.
Given what I've seen so far, I wish I'd been passed over.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are
¿Qué
you
pasa?
alright?
Sus sentidos arácnidos. Y ahora se rompe la camiseta y es Spider-Man.
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
Yeah.
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to
Queda un
do.
poco
No,
más.
Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah, don't! No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay for it.
Hugh.
Louis, are you alright? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly. Am I going crazy or
No lo había matado,
what?
tío.
This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Voy a echarle un ojo a esto. Creo que vamos a jugar con mando a esto.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Tu lección de clase define tu conjunto de habilidades básicas. Podrías aprender el resto de habilidades, pero costará más desbloquearlas. Diplomático. El diplomático sobresale en sociedad. Un orador de gran talento que evita dejarse en evidencia y cuenta con una gran capacidad de persuasión, además de buena educación. Las relaciones políticas son un ámbito predilecto. Ocultista. El ocultista es un maestro del engaño, convencido de la importancia del conocimiento, ha adquirido mucha experiencia en las artes y las ciencias, se sirve de otros para alcanzar sus propios fines sin remordimientos. Y el detective es experto en investigación, instruido para percibir y advertir cada detalle a su alrededor, así como para saber analizar a las personas que interroga. Un hombre práctico que no huye de las confrontaciones directas. Estoy un poco indeciso entre detective y ocultista. Esto nos da política, protocolo, lingüística. El detective sería el típico, ¿no? Un poco. Tres puntos para subir. Estos no sé. Vaya. A ver qué nos hemos subido. No se puede volver atrás. Ah, quita el punto. Empezamos con un punto de manipulación y un punto de persuasión. Ocultismo. Confía en tu conocimiento sobre mitos, símbolos religiosos y ocultistas, lenguas muertas o antiguas y sociedades secretas. Vamos a subirnos uno de este. Disfruta de un sólido bagaje cultural en arte, geografía e historia. Roba objetos con discreción, abre cerraduras y este nos vamos a subir uno. Y detalles curiosos, elementos colocados de forma peculiar. Vamos a quedarnos con este. Let's go.
I have been involved in all sorts of unsolved cases. Have you ever heard of the Abbey of Hexham?
Vaguely.
An ingenious scam involving mass manipulation. on a scale never seen before.
There was a cavern under the abbey, wasn't there?
Exactly. The wind would blow in through spouts, creating a terrifying howling sound. So, to stop the howling, the priests called for offerings from the peasants.
And if they brought enough money, I'm guessing the priest stopped the howling. A perfect trick to fool simple souls.
Admit it, Duchess. That story kept you in suspense, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I'm delighted to find out that you were the young and brilliant French investigator.
For someone who only remembers the case vaguely, your memories are very clear.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily.
Emily.
Tell me,
Vamos a llamarte
I was
Hermia.
actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
No, sorry, I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Vaya. Las habilidades te permiten descubrir detalles ocultos. Selecciona el objeto que más llame la atención en una situación para descubrirlo. No consumirás puntos de esfuerzo al aprovechar una oportunidad. Para acceder a la habilidad requerida en una situación determinada, basta con haberla desbloqueado. Joder, ¿y esta carga aquí en medio tan rica? Ah, vale, que era para poner los puntos. Bueno, reloj del diálogo. Cuando se agote el tiempo... Ah, no, vale. Se seleccionará automáticamente una respuesta. Revisa el reloj de diálogo en la parte inferior de la pantalla.
I'm heading off. Don't get left behind.
I'm coming.
Ah, vale. A tope de power. Hemos perdido aquí
I
algo
don't know
sin querer.
where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Talentos. Puedes conseguir talentos al llevar a cabo ciertas acciones. No olvides consultar los requisitos de desbloqueo y los efectos. Encontrarás mejoras muy interesantes.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richer.
Monsieur de Richer. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richer's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
I have an appointment with Lord Mortimer. Would you be so kind as to lead me to him?
Unfortunately, sir, I cannot. I don't know exactly where my master is. But rest assured, sir, everyone is waiting for you at the manor. Sir Holm insists on welcoming you in person. Since your mother went missing, everyone has been concerned about finding her.
Who is Sir Holm?
A close friend of Lord Mortimer's. Please, rest assured, sir, it won't take us long to find your revered mother. Indeed, we are searching the quays again because lights were seen at the wharf just last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Tus habilidades te darán acceso a acciones y elecciones exclusivas a cambio de puntos de esfuerzo. Cuanto más alto sea el nivel de una habilidad, menor será el coste en puntos de esfuerzo. Consulta tus habilidades en la pestaña personajes del menú. podemos desbloquearlo por lo visto. ¿Y el menú? ¿Cómo accedemos al menú? Estas 4 cosas que no tengo ni idea de qué son.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Vaya.
Pass me the handkerchief.
But sir, my orders were to give it to my master.
Are you refusing to give me my own mother's personal belongings? Even though she was greatly looking forward to meeting your master, she's gone missing. And you seem incapable of finding her.
Oh, but sir, please.
And to top it...
Ah, vale, con el escape. Vamos a un inventario.
You refuse to give me the handkerchief that she so often let me use? Do I deserve such little consideration in your eyes? Is that what you wish me to report to your master?
No, certainly not, sir. Please forgive me, sir. I have been such an idiot. Here you are.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Está fuck, tío. En vez de correr con el shift, corres con la rueda, tío.
It's like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Nos la
This
llevamos.
might just come in handy.
Pues sí hay que meter, hostia.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Jalea real. Restaura 2 puntos de esfuerzo. No puedes llevar más de 5 encima.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
A veces el mismo reflejo me da la sensación de que es lo de comprobar los objetos.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. A lantern. Nothing special.
Special.
Let's see what's hidden inside.
Las cartas una por una. Joder.
Let's look.
The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
That reminds me. It's about time the Order sent some envoys there. A letter written in an Oriental language. having the slightest idea what it says. The address is 50 Bedford Square, London. It's too badly written, I can't make out the address. Probably a Dutchman.
No va a haber nada, ¿verdad? Aquí.
This envelope is meant for the Vatican. Apparently this letter is meant for Pope Pius VI, born Giovanni Braschi. I wonder which one of these people is influential enough to write to the Pope in person. This envelope is meant for the Vatican.
Ah, se ha retrasado.
Apparently this letter is meant for Pope Pius VI, born Giovanni Braschi. I wonder which one of these people is influential enough to write to the Pope in person. Samuel Ritter Dauchois. Mother, you test me even when you're not here. It's an anagram of Louis Moras de Riche. You wanted to write to me then. Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Riche.
what is your game here, Mother? What are these strange turns of phrase? Never heard you speak like that. What's going on here? That you write to me under a pen name, okay. But here you go even further, by trying to avoid raising any suspicions should anyone else read it. I wonder if this Godoy is the person you came looking for. Think! Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar?
Joder, macho. Bueno, al menos sabemos que es algo relacionado con política.
I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
No hay más pistas, ¿no? Parece. Podríamos seguir mirando más cartas.
Let's see
No
what's
creo que
hidden
haya nada
inside.
más en las que quedan.
Let's look.
No. Pues nada.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
Vamos a dar una vueltecita por aquí, ¿no? Está chapado.
A wooden floorboard.
Joder, macho.
Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed. Locked. get it open barehanded.
Hostia, forzar la cerradura. Nos petamos cojón. Es que con la barra de hierro quizás muy hielo, ¿no? Ya nos tomaremos después una jalea ya.
There we are. This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
¿Por qué coño ha tenido la visión? Esa es la pregunta. ¿Cómo se usa la jalea, tío? Inventario. Pulsa uno para usarlo.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. The powder's wet. Not surprising, given the dampness of the dog. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear mother, and quickly too.
Bueno, al menos sabemos que la pólvora está húmeda, así que no tendría que ser un problema el pavo con el arma. Fragmentos de ámbar. Acabas de encontrar un fragmento de ámbar. Cada vez que reúnas 4 aumentarás tu nivel máximo de puntos de esfuerzo en 1.
Amber.
Ah, pues nada, parece que esto ya está bastante examinado.
A wooden floorboard.
Ah, es lo mismo.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Se están hinchando a jalea. No sé quién encuentra miel tirada por el puerto, la verdad.
Latin inscription. En necis, mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatur. You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with.
Todos los personajes que conozcas en la isla tendrán su propia personalidad, lo que les hace que sean vulnerables a ciertas habilidades e inmunes a otras. Para lograr tus objetivos personales es fundamental aprovechar su personalidad. Las habilidades a las que sean inmunes no tendrán ningún efecto y te dejarán extenuado, mientras que con las habilidades a las que sean vulnerables recuperarás un punto de esfuerzo. Consulta las inmunidades y las vulnerabilidades en la pestaña diario del menú.
And agree.
A ver. Aquí le hemos descubierto una invulnerabilidad. Inmunidad a la persuasión. Bueno, está bien. Tampoco sabemos nada de los otros como para saber algo. Bueno, el siguiente se lo puede manipular. ¡Let's go!
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Vaya mansión más tocha, ¿no? dinero del partner le salió bastante bien. Abre la puerta y es Willy Rex. Benito, ni por ahí.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was
Vaya
looking for
cojones, ¿no? Poner a Zeus en la entrada.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara Dedice, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Durante una confrontación deberás avanzar por las distintas fases mientras tratas de ser lo más persuasivo posible. Las confrontaciones tendrán consecuencias en el resto de la historia, así que no dudes en usar tus habilidades. En las confrontaciones aparecerá una interfaz donde se indicará el nivel de persuasión de tu interlocutor. Bueno, en principio tendría que ser bastante fácil, ¿no? Al ser el primero.
Well, thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
¿Qué más da? Deme la carta, todo flipado ahí.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Este pavo estará en la
Nonetheless,
organización.
our exchanges have always been discreet,
Tatuaje de la mano.
and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Somos miembros de la Orden Dorada. ¿Qué tal? Hostia, gastamos 3 por persuadirle, tío.
Be it Mother or myself, our motto has always been discretion in all things, and to promise to never betray a word of honor. Was your secret safe with Mother? It will be even more so with me.
You have convinced me. The mystery with which your mother manages her business proves that she carries your motto close to her heart. Your words seem sincere, my son.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Don't worry, Your Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the de Richet's word with the same fervor.
I would expect nothing less. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Confrontación, última fase. En la última fase de una confrontación deberás convencer a tu interlocutor dando una respuesta positiva. Si te equivocas, la fase se repetirá hasta que des la respuesta correcta o te quedes O no te queden más traspiés. Pues vaya, no me lo podían haber dicho esto antes. Esta carta me...
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur Derice. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Encontrarás numerosas pistas y objetos ocultos. Puede que algunos afecten en gran medida al desarrollo de tu aventura. ¿A qué esperas para encontrarlos? Vamos a tomarnos una jalea real.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Aquí está mierda de línea. Supongo que es para irse. Abrojo. El abrojo te proporciona el estado exaltado. Se mostrarán temporalmente las inmunidades y las vulnerabilidades que afectan a tus elecciones durante una conversación. No puedes llevar más de 5 encima. Interesting. Vale, está chapado.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a
No quería
wall fire
regresar
for
aún, pero bueno.
ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simple.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you'll forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur Derice's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organises a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Ah,
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the Order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed
Madre
our
mía, pues
host,
no es feo,
Lord
cabrón.
Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
¿Vemos el
And now,
futuro,
my dear
tío?
guests,
O...
a light meal is served
o
in the
eso ha pasado
small
antes. Es que a la tía no
salon. For
la
those who would
meten.
like to, you're invited to follow me into the next
No
room.
estaría aquí.
My
entonces,
dear
¿no?
fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Vamos a hablar con el presidente
See what
de...
Washington has to say.
Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And
Todos son de la
President
orden,
Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Es que preguntarle cómo se conocieron Hermione y la madre no me parece muy buena idea.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden.
Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about?
My mother has always been fascinated by strange powers. Did she talk to you about anything like that?
Yes. Her facility for discerning truths from rumor served me well. Such as preventing massacres, like the one at Salem, from happening again. Or convincing people that horsemen cannot ride around without heads. What was it that she used to say now?
Keep an open and logical mind?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Creo que el resto de los miembros de la orden está al corriente.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the Order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
Bueno, parece un fumado de la vida.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
The statue is impressive, and so are the paintings. Rubens, the Caravage, Guignero. Lord Mortimer has very good taste, and the means to express it.
Oh, I see our young sir is a connoisseur.
Yes, in my spare time. Yet, I couldn't tell you who the artist of that painting there is. I think I recognize a theme, but the style intrigues me.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, well, you wouldn't know. And the artist is none other than Lord Mortimer. I thought for a long time that the painting wasn't finished, but my old friend assured me it was. Still, there's no accounting for taste.
Not very conventional, but it sure does hold your attention.
You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She
I
would
get
have
on my
liked to have
power.
stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Bueno, a ver, nos hemos perdido un montón de cosas para observar, tío. En la anterior
Ladies,
sitio.
gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Quiero ir abajo a cama, no me dejan. Bueno, ha dicho al final del pasillo. Vamos a echar un ojo por aquí.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Vaya. Es más grande de lo que esperaba.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Otro duque.
Huh, that's me. Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Vamos a mirar todas las entradas. Si veremos a quién tenemos en cada zona. No sé muy bien cuánto afectan las decisiones, que por lo que he leído
President
afectan
George
bastante.
Washington.
Vale, tenemos al George Washington por aquí. ¿Quién se le cae en el sofá una moneda de colección?
Mic off. Mic on.
Bueno, imagino que habrá sonado.
Monsieur Johann van Wollner.
Esto es bastante grande, ¿no? No me dejan subir, ¿vale? Y parece que no hay nada más para explorar. Elixir dorado. El elixir dorado cura todas las alteraciones negativas. No puedes llevar más de 5 encima. Muy bien.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Imagino que tampoco podremos bajar por ahí.
Monsieur Jacques Perreux. Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Está Napoleón aquí también. Interesante. Pues nada. Vamos a ir ya para adentro. Final del pasillo.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Hostia, tío. No podemos romper. Vamos... Ah, sí, gastaremos una.
So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. Wow! Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Joder, vaya... Vaya habitación, ¿no? Sin cama. Bueno, supongo que estará allí en los aposentos. Bastante tocha. No es un mal sitio para descansar. En fin, chavales, vamos a dejar el primer capítulo por aquí. Bastante interesante. Aún no se ha desvelado mucho. Pero bueno, ya se ve claramente que tratará sobre la organización oculta esta. Así que bueno, hasta el siguiente capítulo. Dale like y suscribiros si os gusta. Y nada, hasta otra.